What is it that you enjoy about trading?
Wow. So it's three things. I still enjoy the money.
Yeah.
I enjoy the uncertainty. I enjoy the fact that I'm in a position where, and I forget at times that there's this tool that I can make. It is a bit like the Matrix. You can make money from this thing that's moving up and down. So I try and remind myself of that, and I still enjoy that. I like the fascination of trading from the point of view that it's a bottomless pit of what you could be trading, different information, different strategies. But I like the fact that I have to maintain this discipline of sticking to what I'm doing. And with the training business comes other stresses. I'm there and I'm dealing with clients and building a business and building a website and putting videos up and wanting people to get things done and they don't get it done in time. I like the fact that in the morning when I trade, it's just me and the market. I actually find it quite relaxing. So I look at, but I've got the kids and James has got his A-levels and Katie wanting to run out here and Sarah's got her business. We've got all these things going on. But actually when I shut the door and it's just me and the screens, it's weirdly, it's quite a pure environment because I can do everything right and the trade can go against me. I can do everything right and the trade can win and vice versa. So it's this, I enjoy the skill and the discipline of it. I find it quite relaxing, which I didn't when I started out, but I actually enjoy the fact that it's just me and just the screens.
What is it that keeps you motivated? How much is money the motivator?
The money's the motivator to an extent, and we were talking earlier about, I'm a bit of a spender at heart, but I usually use that quite well. So when we accumulate money and we use it, we've recently just moved and some of the trading pot went, so there's now the incentive to build it back up again. So I have that natural spender in me, and I know that I need to accumulate over time, and I'm 40 now, and I've got stepchildren, and where I'm at in life has changed. So it's still about the money and still about accumulating a greater amount of wealth. It's also about the students. When I was at school, funnily enough, I wanted to be a PE teacher, but I looked at the car my PE teacher drove and went, I kind of want the fulfillment of teaching, but I also, at that point, was greedy and wanted to be rich. Yeah. So for me, I really enjoy the teaching element. The students hold me to a high standard. So if I'm calling a trade and I'm in the room, I don't sit there and say, right, buy now, guys. I'll say, I'm looking at this market and these are the reasons. If I don't follow through on that, and I've already said it, one of them will be very quick to pick me up on it. So having that is great because that holds me to a high standard. But also talking to somebody who, Martin, for example, came over here from Bulgaria with nothing. His wife was pregnant. He was a security guard. And now he trades, and he traded full time for 2 years, and now he helps with my students. That gives me a sense of purpose, seeing other people being successful. I'm not in the interest of building a massive training company that's looked after 100,000 people every month, but seeing people, I'm ringing them up and saying, "Thanks, Ali. I made my month's, an additional month's salary in 3 months." That keeps me going, and that I get a buzz from as well.
How do you remove the stress from trading? I know you say that, ironically, you find it quite relaxing, but there must be days when you feel the adrenaline flowing a bit. What's your method of relaxation?
Within trading, it's managing risk. So even if I have 3 losing trades that day, I've lost 1.5%. I can afford to be, regardless of the size of account. I remember coaching a lady and she thought she was doing everything right. She's like, "Oh God, I wish I could be like you, Ali." I'm like, "Well, I've been doing this a long time." She said, "Yeah, but I've been at this 2 or 3 months and my emotions are still running really high." And I said, "Well, they will." But then when I went through her numbers, she was risking, unbeknown to her, 6% of her account per trade. And she was running 2 or 3 trades at a time. And I said, if I had 12% of my pot at risk, I'd be stressed. So simply it's risk management, so I'm not getting stressed because even if I don't perform, it's a low level. Exercise, so for me, going to the gym, getting away, having a reason to get away from the screens. Now, the subtle one for me is I have a personal trainer. Now, I can still go to the gym and train, but one, it's better, he pushes me, but also if I've got an appointment, I will go and I will walk away from the screens, whereas I'll go just another half. I know my natural tendency is to want to stick around, so that's one, and my 2 dogs. So I find my dogs very relaxing because I can be sitting there and getting far too self-important, and I've had 2 losing trades, and Cassie will come up and she'll just plonk up and just look at me as if,
What dogs have you got?
2 Labradoodles.
Oh, they're good.
They're good dogs and they're fun. So yeah, things like that. And and teaching helps me relax because it gives me something else to focus on. So in the afternoon, quite often I'll turn my trading screens off. So I won't just sit with the screens on and look and do something else. I've got another project to focus on.
Can I just ask, so you say that you're 1% risk, which now that your pot is quite large is okay.
Yeah.
But how in the beginning you can't have just been 1%, surely?
No, I hovered around 2 to 3.
Right.
So the kind of golden rule that's banded around is no more than 2. Yeah. I used to hover between 2 and 3, so there was a little element of that. Now, ironically, most people when they start with a smaller amount, and their emotional state is going to probably be more varied, and because they're trading with a smaller amount, they're probably going to need to risk that little bit more. So, unfortunately, that it does favour the person with more money and the person with more success further down the line. They can afford to be more relaxed because they place more trades, they're mentally better conditioned, and they can risk less because the amount is there. It's just one of those things, but every trader has to go through it. And I think if a trader can stick to the 2% rule, regardless of a bad run, yes, things can still go wrong, but it's less likely to.
Yeah, 12% is crazy.
Yes.